Om Shanti. Murli date 17th of October 2024. Bapdada Madhuban. Essence. Sweet children, pay full attention to the pilgrimage of remembrance. It is only by doing this that you will become Sato Pradhan. Question. What mercy does the Father have for his children? Answer. The directions that the Father gives for the benefit of you children are his mercy. The first direction of the Father is, sweet children, become soul conscious. Those who are soul conscious remain very quiet. They can never have wrong thoughts. Another question. What seminar should you children hold amongst yourselves? Answer. Whenever you go for a walk, have a race of remembrance and then sit and hold a seminar as to how long each one of you remembered the Father. Here, there is very good solitude for having remembrance. Om Shanti. The spiritual father asks, you spiritual children, what are you doing? The spiritual children say, Baba, we have become Tamo Pradhan from Sato Pradhan. And so, Baba, according to your Srimad, we definitely have to become Sato Pradhan again. Baba, you have now shown us the path. This is not anything new. It is the oldest thing of the all. The oldest is the pilgrimage of remembrance. But there is no question of making a show of it. Each one of you can ask yourself, to what extent do I remember the Father? To what extent have I become Sato Pradhan? What effort am I making? Only when the end finally comes can you become Sato Pradhan. You will continue to have vision of that too. Whatever any of them do, they are only doing it for themselves. The Father does not have mercy for them. Baba's mercy is to give you children directions for your own benefit. The Father is benevolent. Some children understand this knowledge wrongly. Baba feels that those who are body conscious are arrogant, whereas those who are soul conscious remain very quiet. They never have wrong thoughts. The Father inspires you to make effort in every way. Maya too is very powerful. She even attacks very good children, and this is why a rosary of Brahmins cannot be created. Today, someone may have very good remembrance, and tomorrow he would have arrogance of the body like an ox, also like a chameleon. Oxen have a lot of arrogance. There is a saying, what do body conscious oxen know of the celestial sound of the heaven? Body conscious is very wrong. You have to make a lot of effort. Shubaba says, I am the most obedient servant. It isn't that he calls himself the servant and is then bossy. The Father says, sweetest children, you definitely have to become Sato Pradhan. This is very easy. There is no fuss about this. You don't have to say anything with your mouth. Anywhere you go, have internal remembrance. It isn't that Baba helps you only when you are sitting here. Baba has come especially to help you. The Father has the concern that you children should not be careless in any way. Maya punches you here. Body consciousness is very bad. By becoming body conscious, they have completely fallen flat on the floor. Baba says, when you come and sit here, you must still remember the most beloved Father. The Father says, I alone am the purifier. By remembering me, your sins of many births will be burnt away. In this fire of yoga, some children have not yet reached the stage where they are able to explain to anyone very well. There also has to be power of yoga in the sword of knowledge. Otherwise, the sword is of no use. The main thing is the pilgrimage of remembrance. Many children remain engaged in all sorts of wrong business. They don't stay on the pilgrimage of remembrance and do not study, and this is why they don't have time for this. The father says, don't make such kind of effort that remain engrossed in your business, etc., and lost your status. You have to create your fortune. However, you also have to become Sato Pradhan. It is this that requires a lot of effort. There are many who look after big museum, etc., but they don't stay on the There are many who look after big museums, etc., but they don't stay on the pilgrimage of remembrance. Baba has explained that the poor ones who are in bondages stay on the pilgrimage of remembrance to a greater extent. They continue to remember Shubaba repeatedly. Shubaba, finish this bondage of mine. It is also remembered that the innocent ones were assaulted. You children have to become very sweet, become true students. Those who are good students go and study in the gardens in solitude. The father also says to you, wherever you go for a walk, consider yourself to be a soul and remember the Baba. Be interested in staying on the pilgrimage of remembrance. In comparison to earning that wealth, this imperishable wealth is very, very high. That perishable wealth will be turned into ash. Baba knows that some children don't do service fully and hardly stay in remembrance. They don't do the real service that they should. Instead, their attention goes to doing physical service. Although that too happens according to the drama, the father still inspires you to make effort. The father says, whatever work you are doing, even if you are sewing clothes, remember the father. It is only in remembrance that Maya causes obstacles. Baba has explained that Maya also becomes powerful with the powerful ones and fight them. Baba also shares his own experience. I am powerful. I know that I am going to change from a beggar to a prince, but nevertheless Maya opposes me. Maya doesn't leave anyone alone. She fights the strong, brave ones even more strongly. Some children have a lot of body consciousness. The father remains so egoless. He says, I am the servant who salutes even you children. Those people consider themselves to be very elevated. All of this arrogance of the body has to be broken. Many have an evil spirit of arrogance. The father says, consider yourselves to be souls and continue to remember the father. You have a very good chance here. There is very good touring and sightseeing here. You also have spare time. You may tour around and then ask one another, for how long did you stay in remembrance? Did your intellect go in another direction? Hold a seminar on this amongst yourselves. You may have separate groups of males and females. Let the females be in the front and the males at the back. The mothers have to be looked after, and this is why they have to be at the front. There is very good solitude here. Even sannyasis go away into solitude. Those who were Sato Pradhan sannyasis were very fearless. They weren't afraid of animals or anything. They used to stay in their own intoxication. They have now become Tamo Pradhan. Every religion that is established is at first Sato Pradhan, and it then goes through the stages of Rajo and Tamo. When those sannyasis were Sato Pradhan, they used to remain in total intoxication of the element of Brahma. They had great attention. They would receive food in the forest. They becoming more Tamo Pradhan day by day. Their strength continues to decrease. So, Baba advises, you children have a very good chance to make self-progress here. You come here to earn an income. You cannot earn an income just by meeting Baba. Only if you remember the Father will you earn an income. Do not think that Baba will bless you. Not at all. Those sannyasis give blessings, but you had to descend. The father now says, became genius and contact your intellect in yoga up above. There is the story of the genius who asked for something to do. The father also says, I am giving you a direction. Stay in remembrance and your boat will go across. You definitely have to become Sato Pradhan. No matter how much Maya beats your heads, we will definitely remember our elevated father internally. Continue to praise the father in this way and continue to remember him. Do not remember any human beings. The customs of the path of devotion cannot exist in the path of this knowledge. The father gives you teachings. You have to go first on the pilgrimage of remembrance. This is the main thing. You have to become Sato Pradhan. You receive the father's direction. Even when you go for walks or tour around, stay in remembrance. You will then also remember your home and the kingdom. It is not that you fall while sitting in remembrance. That would then become Hatha Yoga. This is something straightforward. You have to consider yourselves to be souls and remember the Father. Some children fall while sitting here, and this is why Baba says, whilst walking and moving, eating and drinking, stay in remembrance. Let it not be that while sitting here, you became unconscious. Your sins will not be cut away by doing that. There are also many obstacles from Maya. There is the custom and system of offering bhog, etc. But that doesn't really have anything in it. That is neither knowledge nor yoga. There is no need for vision. Many people who had visions are no longer here today. Maya is very powerful. You should never have any desire for visions. Here, you have to remember the Father in order to become Sato Pradhan. You also know the drama. This is an eternally predestined drama that continues to repeat. You have to understand this and also follow the directions that the Father gives. You children know that you have come here once again to study Raj Yoga. This applies to Bharat alone. It is this that has become Tamo Pradhan, and it is this that has to become Sato Pradhan once again. The Father too comes in Bharat alone and grants salvation to everyone. This is a very wonderful play. The Father now says, sweetest spiritual children, consider yourself to be souls. It has taken the full 5,000 years for you to go around the cycle of 84 births. You now have to return home. No one else can say these things. Amongst you children too, you are continuing to become those whose intellects have faith number-wise according to the efforts you make. This is an unlimited school. You children know that the unlimited Father is teaching you. That master is the teacher. He is the great master. He explains with a lot of love. So many very good children remain sleeping very comfortably until 6 a.m. Maya completely catches hold of them by their nose. They continue to give orders. In the beginning, when you were in the bhatti, Mama and Baba also used to do all type of service. Whatever actions I perform, others who see me will do the same. Baba knows that the elephant rider, the horse soldier and the foot soldiers are all number-wise. Some children live very comfortably. They remain sleeping indoors. And then, when someone from outside asks where such and such a person is, they would say he or she is not at home. However, they would be inside sleeping. Baba explains to you all the things that continue to happen. No one has yet become perfect. So much disservice takes place. Otherwise, it is remembered regarding the Father, whether you beat me or love me, I will not leave your door. Here, children son over trivial matters. There is a great lack of yoga. Baba continues to explain to you children so much, but no one has the power to write to Baba. If you have yoga, your writing would then have power. The father says, prove it very clearly that the God of the Gita is Shiva and not Sri Krishna. The father comes and explains the meaning of everything to you children. Some children became intoxicated here, but as soon as they go outside, everything finishes. They waste a lot of time. Don't waste your time thinking that you will earn an income and contribute to the yajna. The father says, I have come to benefit you children. You are causing yourselves a loss. Those who helped the yajna in the previous cycle will help and continue to do so. Why are you beating your heads thinking that you will do this and that? It is fixed in the drama. Those who sowed these seeds will do that even now. Don't worry about the yajna. Benefit yourselves. Help yourselves. Are you helping God? Are you taking from God or giving to God? You mustn't even have such thoughts. Baba says, beloved children, consider yourselves to be souls and stay in remembrance, and your sins will be absorbed. You are now at the confluence stage. It is only at this confluence stage that you can see both sides. There are so many human beings here. In the golden age, there will be very few human beings. You have to stand at the confluence stage throughout the day. Look what Baba is making us from what we were. The Father's part is so wonderful. You may tour around, but you have to stay on the pilgrimage of remembrance. Many children waste their time. It is only by having this pilgrimage of remembrance that your boat will go across. This was explained to you children in the same way in the previous cycle too. The drama continues to repeat. To study is to remember the whole kalpa tree with your intellect while walking and moving around. However, you may carry on with your business etc. You have to make time to study. Remember the sweet Father and heaven. The more you remember Him, the more your final thoughts will lead you to your destination. Baba, I am now coming to you. In remembrance of the Father, even your breathing will be joyful. The breathing of the Brahma Gyanis too is filled with happiness. They stay in remembrance of the Brahm element, but none of them goes to the Brahma world. It is possible for them who leaves their bodies by themselves at their own time. Some fast and leave their bodies. They die while suffering. The Father says, eat, drink and remember the Father, and your final thoughts will lead you to your destination. Everyone has to die. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to you spiritual children. Spiritual children says, Namaste to spiritual father. Essence for Dharana. First point, constantly remember, whatever actions I performed, others who see me will do the same. Do not be someone who loves to rest and thereby does disservice. Remain very, very egoless. Help yourself and benefit yourself. Second point, don't remain so busy in your business etc. that you don't have to time for the pilgrimage of remembrance or to study. Body consciousness is very false and bad. Renounce it and make effort to become soul conscious. Blessing, may you become free from looking at others by seeing or hearing about any situation with benevolent feelings. The bigger the gathering becomes, the bigger the situations will be. However, your safety is in seeing but not seeing, hearing but not hearing. Maintain pure and positive thoughts for yourself. A soul who has pure and positive thoughts or himself remains free from looking at others. If for any reason you have to listen to others and you consider yourself to be responsible, then first of all, make your break powerful. You saw them, you heard them, and then gave them as much benefit as possible. Then put a full stop. Slogan: those who serve at every step with their contented and happy lives are true servers. Acha. Om Shanti.